Kia ora, Morena, ministers, honourable guests. My job was to thank the minister for his opening speech, but I see he's just left. But I might just reflect a little bit on his speech in the Pacific Reset. And it was really about us, about being a Pacific country, and how we fit in the Pacific. Now, I can't claim any whakapapa, but I did arrive on a boat. And I know we're all Pacific people here. And the reset is all about engaging more with the Pacific. And in the travels I've made around the Pacific, I believe, and a number of us believe, that Kiwis are best equipped to help the Pacific. We don't always have the resources of our neighbours and the large countries to the north of us, but we are the best to engage in the Pacific. We're the best partners, we're the best communicators, and we really believe that. And that's part of what the Minister was saying here today. Addressing issues about climate change especially, about biodiversity and all the rest, we need listening, understanding and leadership. We can also help in particular schemes to help our neighbours, like the RSA scheme. And PCF has been supporting the RSA scheme since it started in 2007. And that's another way that we can help the Pacific. But broadening, deepening, widening in MFAT terms is what we can do, and we can help the Pacific. Now, a little word about PCF, the Pacific Cooperation Foundation. Promoting connected, informed and enabled communities in the Pacific region. That's what we say we do. It's very broad. But we do a number of things supporting the Pacific. And here today, I say we work with Pacific youth, providing alumni support, support for the MFAT scholars, and arranging internships for a number of them around New Zealand. One such scholar is Sela here, Sela Maka. She was PCF's intern last year and went on this year to win the Prime Minister's Leadership Award for the Pacific. And I was proud to be there with the Prime Minister and Minister Sela at the ceremony just a few months back. Now, rather than I introducing our next session, I want Sela to do that for us. So, can I introduce fellow engineer, Sela Maka, to introduce the next session.
Thank you for that, Andrew. I must say that's a nice picture of me. Malolele, talofa lava, bula vinaka, and because it's Niue Language Week, whakalofa lahe atu. I have the absolute privilege to be introducing the chair for our very first session, Honourable Luaman Rao, Dame Winnie Laban. I told my mom about this opportunity to speak at this event, and I asked her if she knew Winnie, and she said, "Oh yeah, I know Winnie. She's a champion for the Pacific, and she fights for inclusiveness of Pacific voices wherever she sits." She's the absolute ideal chair for this forum because of her footprints in advocating for social justice in marginalized communities, women, youth, and Pacific empowerment in education systems, and fostering Pacific success. And on top of that, she beat cancer. And I think that's absolutely compelling. It's also great to see that other young Pacifica leaders from Aotearoa and from the Pacific are here to take part in the conversations in designing the thinking and planning around for our future. Since we will be the agents for this change, it's important that we know the what, why, how, and whens will look like. Specifically, as a young STEM scholar from the Pacific, it would be good to hear about the successful stories from the Pacific Reset that has involved young people. In particular, since 2018, to know more on how or whether Pacific Reset has professionalized youth work across the Pacific, engaged and recognized youth participation in development works in their countries, like what you do for New Zealand Pacifica Youth? Or have they specifically invested in youth-related initiatives? Well, I note that young people like us are being included in this regional conversation around priorities on reset. Is this the case back at home in our Pacific countries? I look forward to the engagements, and I now humbly invite Honorable Luaman Vau, Dame Winnie Laban.